Hey, what's your name, sir?
Leroy West.
Where are you from?
I'm from Benton Harbor, Michigan.
How,
Yes.
how old are you?
I'm 21 years old.
Where is Benton Harbor?
It's located in Southwest Michigan.
Hello, sir. What is your name? Where are you from, and how old are you?
Okay, my name is Thomas May. I am a second year graduate student with a uh, going for a master's in HCI, which is human computer interaction, with a focus on serious gaming.
I'm Sade King. I'm a third year here. I'm from Inkster, Michigan, Metro Detroit. My major is media information. My minor is Japanese.
Oh, well, I'm Kateria Hines. I am a junior here at Michigan State. My major is media and information, and I'm just a great person.
My name is Karen Moore. I am a junior here at Michigan State, psychology major, and yeah, 21 years old.
Sure. That'll be cool. When you came to Michigan State, who did you gravitate towards?
Who do I gravitate towards? Okay, so like I said, like I'm from mostly white schools. So like for me, when I talk to like a white person or in a white majority in a space of where we're white are majority, I'm comfortable, but at the same time, like I am more comfortable with black people. It's not like I think about like, oh, black person, yes. It's just like a little, like something like I don't know, but I do know. Like I do know I am more comfortable, but I don't think it like that. I don't think like, oh, I have to be with a black person to be this way, or I have to be a white person so to be this way. So I'm really am more comfortable with black people, but at the same time, I'm used to being with white schools where a bunch of white people are at, and so I am comfortable, but I'm not as comfortable. And it's not anything racial or racist. It's just I feel like everybody is sort of like this way, especially at MSU. Like I go everywhere and you'll see white people, black people, Asians. It's like we're segregated, but we're not forced to be. We're like we do this on our own. So I don't feel like I'm wrong saying that I'm more comfortable with black people because I'm black.
Gravitated toward African-American community. Religion really didn't make a difference. And I tried to hang around people that were older than me, so it really didn't matter male or female.
When I first arrived here on campus, I gravitated to what I was used to. I grew up in Detroit, born and bred. So I went to DPS schools, predominantly black schools, so I naturally gravitated towards the black community. The friends who came up here with me from high school, and also people, birds of a feather, people like that, the people they hung around and likewise.
Yeah, actually, I actually gravitated to the black people, essentially because I believe that we are in a new environment where we're in a new environment where you don't recognize everything. You kind of go with what you do know. And at the time, it was really like, hey, black people, because it was like a lot of white people up here and everyone else. And then I'm not used to that. And so I somewhat gravitated towards the more or less first black person I saw. Luckily, he was from the same city as me, so it helped out.
Well, like when I first got on campus, I think I gravitated more towards like the black people here. Like I'm not really sure. Like I mainly towards people that I went to high school with. But other than that, I didn't really know many people because like I'm not really that open to meeting new people and whatnot. So I gravitated more towards the black people because it's like that's all I grew up around when I first came, like before I came to Michigan State. That's all I grew up around, so it's like that's who I feel comfortable with.
What are some experiences you witnessed that you might not have experienced if you weren't black?
No comment.
Okay, professional.
That you might not have if you weren't black.
I don't know. to be honest. I don't necessarily go around looking for things like that would happen if I was black, but I can't say that I haven't dealt with any racial BS as far as I know. I mean, it's a good chance it's happening that's going over my head. But yeah, there were the subtle girl walker suddenly went across the street, would I come on the same side as her, or dude suddenly grabbed his girlfriend closer to him when I would pass by, that type of thing. But I usually just ignore that. I chalk it up to fear or paranoia.
Witness that you might not have if you weren't black.
Experience. Okay, so like every once in a while, I feel like people give me like a certain type of way, act a certain type of way because I am black. I don't always assume it, but it's like a feeling I get. So like, I don't know. Sometimes when I say something to a white person, like, "Hey, how are you doing?" or blah 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 blah, they treat me like a certain way. Instead, like when you hear them say the same thing to another white person, they act like totally different. And I'm like, what's the difference in what I just said to another white person just said? So I get like these mixed feelings, but I don't always assume because I'm black, but there are times where I'm just like, it has to be because I'm just black. I'm just like, I don't mean to be like, I don't know, racist or whatever you fucking call it these days. Like, I just feel like a certain type of way, some type of shade when I say certain things that really shouldn't be, they shouldn't give me attitude.
Well, I think there were like different experiences that I probably would not have experienced if I wasn't black. Like one major one that I actually have an issue with is like if I'm in a group project or something with mainly white people, and I feel like they don't take me that serious when I try to give them input on my ideas. I feel like they just brush it off like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. So I just like I really don't like that. And another thing that I feel like I really wouldn't experience is if I wasn't black, would have to be like if I'm on the CATA and say, oh, there's an open seat next to me, you rather stand up than sit next to me because I'm black? Like, what is up with that?
I try to be very diverse and not just to attend programs or things that are just for black people or that are predominantly black. I try to go to all cultural events, but I'll attend something with an RA or a intercultural aid or something like that, and it'll just be a nice program about whatever. But on rare occasions, I'll go to an event where it's mostly black people, predominantly black people, and miraculously, right when the program lets out, the police show up. And it's like, they're just sitting there, oh, we're just doing our rounds. How you doing? I'm like, hey. And I mean, it's very funny. I mean, and I know the MSU police do their rounds, and, they that's just a part of their job. And maybe it was just a coincidence, but it's happened on more than one occasion where I've been in one particular event, and then when I leave the other one, they just so happen to be there. So maybe that's something.
What do you wish you knew coming into college?
Time management and the importance of actually studying.
As a MSU student, what do you wish you would have known coming into Michigan State?
I wish I would have known that MSU is actually one of, in comparison to some of the other campuses, PwC campuses in Michigan, MSU is actually one of the slightly more diverse, slightly more diverse ones. But I wish that I would have known that it wasn't all the MSU portrays it to be, because the pamphlets and the programs that they can list out for you on paper, yes, they exist, but how much funding do they have? How many programs do they have? How many people actually get a chance to participate in this? Do they have enough funding to broadcast so that everybody knows that they can come? These resources are available. Who actually has access to these available resources?
Well, honestly, when I first got here, I probably wish I would have knew more people so I could have got out more and was able to meet new people. But honestly, I was just like to myself most of the time. I also wish that I would have knew about like roommate situations and suite mate situations and how that would affect me. Like, I wish I would actually knew, like, yeah, I can't really live with white people.
I guess as far as something that black people could use. I didn't know too much about it. It was more, everything else I heard was basically word of mouth. Or someone said, hey, you should go here, they'll help you out, blah, blah, blah. Usually from like the older students on campus.
Probably the advantage that actually did direct me a lot. It was like a really fun organization, like for black students. Like they put on like little skits and they talked about different things within the black community at Michigan State that like really applied to us. Also, I would probably say like the Black Power Rally. That was honestly great. I went there. I've been there like every year since I've been here, and it like gives me so much motivation to do better all the time. Probably I went to Black Caucus, and I would say the mentorship program they have for African-American students. That helped me out a lot because I got to meet a person that was like, that was about to be a graduate of Michigan State, and she kind of guided me throughout the year of my freshman year, and she helped me a lot.
More specifically, black people can participate in once they enter campus. Are you a part of any? And if you could speak on some of those.
I'm a part of several different organizations here on campus. Number one, I am the vice president for the Midnight Golf Alumni Association. That's an association. It started in high school. It's just the alumni chapter of it. And yes, we do golf, and we are not just exclusively for Midnight Golf students. Anybody can join. We do lots of community service. We hold weekly events where we just have general dialogues, and we try to create the best family environment that we possibly can. I'm also a part of the NAACP here on MSU's campus, and they actually stay pretty involved with the black community and with all communities. You know, if they hear about something that they could help be activists on, or something that they could help be active on, they absolutely help, no matter regardless what the group is. And I'm also a part of Sister to Sister, which is a weekly forum for women, female forum, to come and basically create that same family environment. And they just, you know, talk about things, different topics at different times, and just to kind of give you a place, a safe space to talk to some people you can actually relate to and that could be considered sisters. And with that group as well, they're not just exclusively just for black people or just for one particular race. Anybody and everybody is welcome, and it's that safe space.
Do you feel the black people are admitted into the university just to fail? Like, do you feel like a bunch of people are just brought in here and just let loose to fail without, you know, given the necessary resources?
No.
Okay, so you feel that's more of a personal problem on the person's half and really not a race issue?
Correct.
Okay, I like that. Is it worth telling your story about being black to other people of color to inspire them to attend college?
Yeah, just
Cool. Do you have any advice for future African American students?
just do your job, do what you have to do, pay attention in class, and move on with your life.
Okay.
Do you feel black people are just admitted to the university and set free to fail because of lack of guidance?
Yes and no. And the reason why I say yes, because I feel like when you apply to universities, of course you get these essays, right? And so usually, I hate to say this, but I feel like most majority of black people like have a story, and usually it's sort of negative that becomes a positive, and because of that negative outlet, that they feel like there's more, they feel like they kind of have to let a certain person in just to show them that, oh, your hard work or your past doesn't define you, and you can finally be free to come here and actually get a true education. But little do they know is that I feel like sometimes they know they're not ready for it because of their because of their education. Like my school is not like my school at Truman is not a college preparing school, I felt like. And so when I came here, like, they knew my ACT scores and they knew my GPA wasn't the highest, but I felt like they just let me in anyway. And they knew that my parents never finished college. So they felt like, well, you have this such scores, and you, even though it's not the best of scores, I feel like you should come to MSU anyways. And so for me, when I came here, I kind of struggled because I really, even now, like I'm having a hard time with studying have a hard time doing things that doing at the last minute, or like not understanding certain words or whatever. But like as I go here every year, I'm trying to learn more and more. I'm trying to do better. But because of that, like because of my lack of guidance or my lack of sort of like education, it's sort of put me in a fallback. And I feel like for me as a black person and compared to other students at MSU, I feel like I was sort of dimmed down or dumbed down because of that. And so I had to really catch up and learn a lot more things that many people who already, before they even came to school, already knew about.
Yeah, just
Cool. Do you have any advice for future African American students?
just do your job, do what you have to do, pay attention in class, and move on with your life.
Okay. We'll have two more questions. How do you feel your non-black African American students or classmates see you, or is it even important to you how they view you?
Not important.
It's not important. Okay. And the last question would be: do you have any final statements about your experience of being black? Any experience that you wanted to talk about, or just any question in general for me to make clear for you before this interview is over?
No.
All right. Well, thank you again, Emeka. I appreciate your time and your effort here.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
And any other advice you want to give future African American students?
Other than don't be afraid to step outside your bubble, make sure you stay involved, and there are a lot more opportunities than the black community doesn't have. I don't want to say they don't have an idea, but there are a lot more opportunities than they're aware of.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a small group of people, and they all want to, be around each other. They act like each other. They dress like each other. They think like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say all black people think alike, but, birds of a feather flock together. That's pretty accurate. But don't be afraid to step outside your bounds and network outside your bounds with open-minded people. Those open-minded people can open up your mind to a new world that you otherwise wouldn't be privy to.
Do you have any advice for future African American students?
Yes. Please, when you come here, try your hardest to cause this is not high school. I passed high school with a breeze. Honestly, I never gave a fuck in high school, legit. So when I came to MSU, I heard these stories about all-nighters and all that ish, but I just never paid any attention to mine. I literally studied the last minute. I'm gonna pass. It ain't gonna matter. And then the day of the test, I get this 20%. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was not expecting that. So you really should prepare yourself to actually work hard, because you'll have days where you'll have 3 exams on the same day, and you have a paper to do the next day. And so, especially if you're a med student, you're going to have to do extra hard, because you gotta get accepted to med school. You can't get anything less than a 3.5 or 3.6 pretty much. So I feel as a black student, you really need to work hard. Don't let these little rumors say, oh, you don't have to really study much, fool you or anything like that. You're really gonna have to put your foot in, especially since you're black. I feel as you're black, you should try harder, because you're already sort of dimmed down as this unworthy or just stupid or whatever person, or these judgmental or these stereotypical types of a black person.
Do you have any advice for future African American students entering Michigan State's campus?
Advice I would have would probably be to apply yourself. Make sure you do good your first semester and your second semester. Please. I didn't do my best at all, but I'm still a junior now, so. But I would say do your best. Make sure you get out there, you meet people. Make sure you join organizations. Make sure you try to find out about different opportunities that are going on campus and whatnot. And also some other advice probably will be, don't bring the hood mentality here. It's not worth it. Nobody here is worried about the clothes that you have. No one's worried about how much money you're making. We're all in college, so don't do that. It's not worth it at all. And also, Actually, I think that's all I have.
Perfect. Thank you.